Amani Roberts is known for his music. He's a DJ here in Las Vegas, a historian, and an award-winning professor. And he has a new book coming out this month called The Quiet Storm. And he is here with us today in studio. We have a few copies of your book, Amani.
Yes.
First of all, Black History Month. Glad you're on for this. And this sounds very interesting. Tell us about the book a little bit.
Yes, The Quiet Storm, a historical and cultural analysis of the power, passion, and pain of R&B groups.
Okay.
It takes a look at the history of R&B groups, what happened to them, why they disappear, and what's going to happen next.
Okay. Give us a few examples of some R&B groups that have disappeared, but people would know.
That people would know. That's a good question. I would think like you have groups like, so we think like Casey and JoJo, Jodeci, they're still around though.
Right. But they're older now.
They're older now, yeah. Like the Commodores, like a lot of groups are legacy groups. They're around, but they're not to what they once were. That's another example. The Four Tops is a good example. Climax from the mid '80s. So there are lots of groups that are around just in different forms.
Sure. And a lot of times there might just be one member left that is keeps it going, but it's not the same as back in the day.
Yes.
For sure. How did you get involved in that? Because you're also a DJ.
Yes, I'm a DJ. I love R&B music. I'm a slow jam kind of guy.
Okay.
And my thesis in grad school from Berklee College of Music was why there are no longer any R&B groups. So I did that thesis report, and then I turned it into a book and found out a lot of information, a lot of interesting things. So that's where it came from.
One of my favorite things, because I love music, and I go to concerts pretty much every weekend. One of the things I always love is to let the newer generation know that those songs that they think were written by their peeps were actually written by these R&B greats, and they've sampled them.
Exactly.
One example, and I don't know what category you would put the Isley Brothers in, right?
Yes.
How many songs have been redone by, and they were just here, so I went and saw them.
Yeah, the Isley Brothers, they're actually one of my favorite groups because they're the only group in history that has hits in 6 straight decades.
Whoa.
50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. And so they've also been one of the most sampled groups. We have a portion in the book that talks about my favorite samples, amazing samples, Between the Sheets, Voyage to Atlantis.
Yeah.
A lot of famous hip hop songs have sampled the Isley Brothers.
And what's cool about it, what I really liked what they did is they were smart. They're like, they took Between the Sheets, but they did the new version as well.
Yeah.
It was really cool. So I love that. When you first of all, this book is just out.
It comes out February 18th, so it's coming out soon, 2 weeks, and you can always go pre-order it, and it's a whole experience. I have playlists that go along with the book, so you can listen to my favorite songs, you can listen to my favorite samples all throughout the book, so it's like a whole experience.
Okay, so what are a few of your favorite songs?
Oh, that's the so for me, we stick to like Get Down on It, Kool and the Gang.
Oh yeah.
I love Kool and the Gang because they really collaborated with others, and they were able to bring in JT Taylor. You have, so many songs there. Like I'm thinking,
by the way,
You and I, Jodeci, go ahead.
I was going to say Summer Madness.
Yes, there you go.
What a song. And they obviously have a million songs, but that one really has a vibe.
You love SWV, I'm So Into You. That's another group there.
Okay.
Destiny's Child, Say My Name. So shout out to Beyonce for winning 2 Grammys this past year. So,
what do you think about that? I mean, that it was sort of, you have the one group that was super happy for her, and then the other group, it's like, she doesn't deserve it, she's not country. That was quite a win.
It was quite a win. She deserves it all.
Sure.
She deserves it all. So amazing artists. And some of my other favorites, like we go to the 80s New Edition. I'm a New Edition guy, so I love Candy Girl, Can You Stand the Rain. We could talk all day about the groups.
And these groups, it's funny when I put them in the On Tour report on Fridays, for instance, when Lionel Richie has his residency, I choose the Commodores Lady. Like I don't even use, and I say, I know that's not Lionel. I mean, it's not just Lionel Richie, but first, he still does the song.
Yes.
And B, come on.
Yes.
That's a classic video.
Exactly.
With them playing soccer.
Oh, yes, I love it. Then Earth, Wind & Fire. So one thing I love about Earth, Wind & Fire is they took a creative risk. And so it's really pertaining to Vegas because they were one of the few groups that hired a magician to help them during their live show. Oh. And I bet you know the magician they worked with for the longest, David Copperfield.
Oh, wow.
So they took creative risks, and it shows up in their work. So Reasons is a good slow jam by Earth, Wind & Fire. And of course, you have September, too. So
that's the biggest one, I think. I think it might be the biggest dance song ever. But it's obvious I can talk to you all day about this. But we're out of time. But you can get the book. You said February 18th.
February 18th. TheQuietStormBook.com. You can go there. You can pre-order it. there's pre-order bonuses available. So if you order early, you get the playlist and all the things early.
Very cool.
So, yeah.
All right, Amani, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, well, listen, over to you.